Choosing a learning platform used to be about features, course libraries, completion tracking, compliance reporting, and more. But in 2026, the conversation has shifted. Now it's about one thing: intelligence, specifically AI. In this video, we'll look at how AI is changing corporate training and L&D, and we'll spotlight today's sponsor, Schoox, and how they approach AI learning with their Learning Impact Suite as a real-world example of where L&D is heading. Let's dive in. How is AI learning changing L&D? For years, learning and development teams have faced the same structural problems. Content takes months to build, and by the time it's deployed, it's already outdated. Employees sit through training on skills they've already mastered, and when leadership asks if training is improving performance, the honest answer is, well, we track completions, but we don't really know. AI is now targeting all three of those problems. Modern learning platforms are able to generate course content in minutes from existing documentation, map workforce skills against role requirements and surface gaps, personalize learning paths to each employee's proficiency level, forecast the business impact of training initiatives before they're created, adapt programs in real time as business priorities shift, and more. AI isn't replacing L&D teams, it's replacing the bottlenecks that have kept teams stuck in manual mode instead of strategy mode. The numbers behind this shift are worth noting. Over 85% of companies report existing or expected skills gaps, and 70% say these gaps are already negatively impacting performance. By 2030, the projected cost of unfilled skill needs globally will reach $8.5 trillion in potential lost revenue. These aren't just L&D problems, they're business problems, and that's exactly the challenge that AI learning is trying to tackle. Let's take a look at one AI learning platform, Schoox, that's addressing this challenge head on, and doing it in a way that connects training to outcomes that leadership cares about. Spotlight on Schoox, AI learning built to connect training to business outcomes. Schoox is an intelligent learning and growth platform, purpose-built to connect learning capability development and measurable business outcomes in a single system. They've built their AI capabilities around a specific premise. Training should be a strategic growth driver, not a cost center. Their AI learning feature set is engineered around that goal end to end. Here's what AI learning with Schoox looks like in practice. AI training plan and content generation. Schoox can generate training plans and courses from existing documentation, including policies, SOPs, product materials, and anything else in your organization. The AI builds plans to address skills that impact business metrics, and it's trained on instructional design principles, so outputs aren't just fast, they're built around phased objectives, skill progressions, and pedagogical best practices. For L&D teams that spend months on content development, Schoox demonstrates that this can reduce production time by 75% or more. Skills gap mapping. Schoox's AI is tailored to your organization, mapping every role to the specific skills needed to impact business outcomes, and identifying proficiency gaps through intelligent micro-assessments. Whether you have existing skills or you need Schoox to generate them leveraging their AI engine, the platform meets you where you are. The result is visibility into what your workforce can do, not what their job titles suggest. This also supports succession planning grounded in measurable competencies rather than gut instinct. Personalized learning and support in the flow of work. Rather than delivering the same training to everyone, Schoox can individualize learning based on skill levels and makes resources accessible in the moment of need. Employees can access bite-sized content targeted at their specific gaps, or chat with an AI assistant to ask questions and surface contextual answers in the flow of work. High performers aren't bored, and struggling employees aren't overwhelmed. The practical outcome is better retention and less time pulled away from work. ROI forecasting. Schoox is one of the only learning platforms that forecasts how skills improvements will impact business outcomes and operational performance metrics. You set the baselines for the metrics that matter, for example, productivity, retention, or revenue per employee, and the platform projects how training will move them. Coyote Tractors, a manufacturer operating across 520 plus dealerships in North America, reported a 15 to 20% return on their training investment after deploying Schoox. For L&D leaders trying to defend or grow their budgets, that's a more powerful conversation with leadership than a completion rate report. Adaptive programs. When business priorities shift, for example, a new product launches, market changes, or strategic pivots, Schoox can regenerate learning paths to reflect the new context. Training stays aligned to current objectives without requiring a full redesign cycle. Human controls throughout. Last but not least, Schoox's learning AI puts a lot of emphasis on human control. It suggests, you decide. Admins can review, refine, or reject any AI recommendation, and your data is never used to train external models or shared externally. In summary, Schoox AI learning is a strong fit for L&D and HR teams that need to scale training without increasing headcount, prove the business impact of learning investments, and close skills gaps faster than traditional timelines allow. It's particularly well suited to industries with frontline and distributed workforces where training volume is high and L&D resources are stretched thin. To see Schoox in action and sign up for a demo, check out the link in the description. I'm Devin Hennig with SelectHub. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Cheers!